I'm on the same side as Kep in that too. Like hold them hostage, but then sending them to, kept sending them to the Celtics, right? It just amps that rivalry up. Like we already hate the Celtics. Ben Simmons goes there and we get Jaylen Brown back. It's not like he's signing with Boston. Like we're trading him there. We're saying, you know what? We're so much better than you. You can have them, and we'll take Brown back in a minute. And let me be honest with you. Are the Celtics a better basketball team with Ben Simmons? Sure.
It gets us Jaylen Brown, who, to your point, Tom, is one of the top. I'm not going to say the top option. But when you talk about age, years of control, ways you can get better, shown that he's gotten better, and many, many things that he can do for a basketball team, he's up there as far as one of the best compliments to Joel Embiid and what we have on this roster. You don't really have to touch anything about the starting five. You really don't. You just put him at the 3. You take Danny Green off the bench. Cool, great, awesome. A lot of people don't even think Danny Green's that much of a starter anymore. Maxi's still your point guard. Curry's still your 2. Tobias, Embiid. You have a deeper bench now because now you have Danny Green coming off the bench. I mean, where do I freaking sign up? Where do I sign up? And
real quick, there isn't a better one. Like you said, there might not be a better one. I'm just going to answer that. There isn't a better one. There is not a better deal that I've heard. Even the Damian Lillard deal, which I'm all in for. Jaylen Brown to me is a better deal. It's a better deal. I'm getting a younger basketball player, a player who's gotten better every year, a player that is in a situation where his running mate plays the same damn position essentially, and they're both almost in a competition on who gets more shots. Like it's not a good situation at all, and that's why the Boston Celtics have gone south. Okay, so I mean that's not the only reason, but that's part of the reason is those two. Where we talk about Joe and Ben not being able to play together, which they absolutely can, and have showed they can. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum has almost showed the opposite, where like we thought that they were going to be the rising duo in basketball. If you went back 2 or 3 years ago till right now, right? Like they're an average team.
The biggest thing too, Tom, and you made a great point saying like it's tough to just put a blanket statement on there like championship contenders or best in the East. But you know what it does? It does something automatically that I don't think, even though we're playing really good basketball, I don't think we could say about this team currently constructed. If you add Jaylen Brown to this team, you can absolutely compete with the Nets and the Bucks. I don't know if you can in the playoffs with the team as is. They're a very good team. They're an exciting team. I give them a ton of credit. But you've got a whole different animal with those other two teams. If you added Jaylen Brown to it, who is that go-to scorer down the stretch, can give you friggin' 30 any night he needs you to, or you need him to, with also a defensive presence, in addition to what you have, then you can have a conversation about like, oh yeah, you can beat the Nets in the 7-game series. You can beat the Bucks in the 7-game series. And I don't think I'm overstating that.
Well, no, I mean, you're not overstating anything right now. I mean, they're an 8-2 basketball team, and they've been doing it with guys in and out all the time. So, I mean, you're just going off of that, and you add something like that because you're not getting rid of anything. Like, okay, maybe Danny Green has to go in a deal, hypothetically, right? I'm just throwing all kinds of different possibilities in here that might need to happen to make a deal work, right? I don't know. I don't know all the ins and outs on what would need to make this deal work, but maybe they want a little bit more, right? Maybe they want 2 defensive guys back in a deal like this. Okay, so does that not make us better, though? Like, even if we just got Jaylen Brown back, I know that money doesn't work, but and a lower-level player to make the money work, right? Whatever. Doesn't that make us better, though, than we are right now? So, essentially, you're trading Danny Green for Jaylen Brown. And, yeah, Ben Simmons is in it, but he's not even playing. So, he's irrelevant to this basketball team and anything we've seen. And I think the big thing that we saw is we're talking about our bench scoring. Like, dude, this is important. When you're talking about 3 guys off your bench that can drop 20 plus on any night, that makes you so deep it's not even funny anymore. Like, you're talking about Furkan, Niang, and Shake Milton all have the ability to go 15 a night off your bench. The ability to. So when you have that, and then you have a stat stuffer like an Andre Drummond who will come in, just going to walk into 10 boards, just walk into it, right? You're really good. This is why the team's as good as they are.